Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, welcome. My name is Evelyn. So today's video is finally the makeover that I have been talking about. I did a little makeover slash refresh in my entryway. I sold everything that I had and I got a new console table that I'm super excited about because it was a really good Facebook Marketplace find. This video is full of DIYs. I painted a lamp that I found on Marketplace. I also found a little stool that I did a little makeover on and a few other DIYs that I'm super excited to share. This is also kind of like a spring decorate with me since I am decorating my entryway, and I also used a lot of decor that I shared in my last video, which was my spring decor haul. So you're getting a lot of things in this video, so if you're interested in seeing this little makeover and how I decorated it, then just keep on watching. Okay, so this is what the space currently looks like. It's very empty. So in case you don't remember, I used to have a console table right here and then a mirror. So I actually sold the console table, and then the mirror I actually returned. In case you didn't know, you have up to 1 year to return any items from the Target owned brand. So I was able to return it, and then I purchased a few more items. And then right here on this wall, I am planning on doing, is it wainscoting? It's also known as like picture frame molding. So that is what I'm going to be doing right here, and I actually want to paint it. I think it's called Accessible Beige by Sherwin-Williams. Let me show you. Okay, so I taped it on. So this is the color. It's like a warm taupey gray, and I really like it. It didn't look as dark in the sunlight, but I feel like in this room it would look really nice. So I think I'm going to be painting it that color. And I think just this wall, I would love to do everything, but I don't know if I'm going to like it. So for now, it's just going to be this wall. So first things first, we headed to Lowe's to buy some wood, and they had so many options to choose from, but the one that I went with was $7.98, and I loved how it was thicker on one side, and I just loved the overall shape to it. So I had my husband cut it for me, and shout out to my father-in-law because he always has the tools we need. Luckily, he had a miter saw and he also had a nail gun, so we didn't have to purchase any. So a little hack that I saw on YouTube was using like spacers in between the boxes. So I went ahead and ordered these from Amazon. So they are 4-inch blocks, and I wanted the space between the boxes to be 4 inches. So basically what you're going to be doing is like putting this against the wall, getting your trim, leveling it, and then you can just nail it in place, and you don't have to like measure it with like a measuring tape to see where you're going to place your trim. Okay, so I wanted to show you guys what I mean by using blocks. So this is going to be 4 inches above the baseboard and 4 inches from the wall, and then you get your trim and you can place it right here and do your first nail right here, and then you can like use your level to do the rest of it. So the next day, I covered the nail holes with dry decks, I sanded it down, and I decided to go with the color Accessible Beige by Sherwin-Williams, which is such a pretty warm and taupey gray. And once I was done prepping everything, I got started with painting.
I wanna call out from town, but you bite my lip, don't make a sound. I'll be damned if I'm leaving without you. So give me a minute to catch my breath. Take what's yours, I'll take what's left. I'm used to coming out second best, always fail to pass the I'll be damned if I'm leaving without you.
So this is how it came out, and I am in love with it. I'm very impressed with myself because I didn't need my husband's help, so I am so proud of myself, and I do love how it came out. I love the color. And I also wanted to show you guys that I have a blank wall right here in this little hallway nook, I don't know what you want to call it, and I want to do the stacked frames right here. And I also got a little stool from Facebook Marketplace, so I will be DIYing that. And I haven't had any luck finding frames at thrift stores, so I've been on the hunt, and I actually found some from Target and Amazon. So these are the frames that I purchased. So I got this one from Amazon, and I do love the gold tone of this one. It kind of reminds me of this one that I got from Target, and I shared it with you guys in a haul, but I kind of want to age it to look like this. And I have this wax, and we're going to be doing a little DIY on that. And then I also got this one from Target. I saw Sky from House and Home share this frame, but like the smaller version, in one of her decorating videos, and I loved it. She also shared it in her stories, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna get it, but I don't want to use it vertically. I kind of want to use it horizontally and kind of have it like this. So I'm going to be also removing the glass from both of them so that they kind of look like this. And I also got some art from Etsy, and I had it printed at CVS, and we'll also be doing a DIY on this just to make it look a little bit more realistic and like a real painting. So let's get started with aging this frame a little bit. So I had this wax by Behr in the color Dark Antique, and I thought it would be perfect to give this frame an antique look. So I first started off by using a paper towel, but I noticed that it was just smearing the product all over. So I eventually switched over to a brush, and that worked way better. I was just stippling the product onto the frame, and I was very impressed with how it transformed it. It looks very similar to the frame from Target. So to mattify these glossy prints, I went in with Mod Podge, the matte kind, and I tried to mimic the brush strokes of the painting to add a lot of texture, and I also like that it mattifies it to make it look a little bit more real and authentic. So this is the little stool that I was talking about that I purchased from Facebook Marketplace for $15. These usually run about $100 to $300, so I was super excited when I found it. I just didn't like the orange tone of the wood, so I decided to do the Easy Off method. I went to my nearest Walmart, I bought a can of Easy Off, I sprayed it on, and I let it sit for about 20 minutes, and then you're going to start scrubbing with some soap and water, and you're going to start to see the stain or the paint come off. And I did have to do this twice in order to get the stain off. Once I was done scrubbing, I rinsed it off with my hose, and then I just let it sit in the sun until it was completely dry. And you guys, look at this transformation. Isn't this absolutely beautiful? I love the raw wood, and this is exactly what I was trying to go for. And I'm going to start popping up some pictures of the prices of these. I know Walmart sells one for about $100, but these are very expensive, so I highly recommend checking out Facebook Marketplace first. So I purchased this lamp off of Facebook Marketplace and I loved the shape of it. I just didn't like the pink color or the size of the lampshade, so I decided to give it a little makeover using some paint, and what I'm going to be using is this decorative glaze by Stool. I'm also going to be using some paint samples. This one is Eiffel for You by Behr, and this one is Ashen Tan by Benjamin Moore. I'm also going to be using some baking soda to add some texture, and of course some paintbrushes. I'm first going to go in with Ashen Tan by Benjamin Moore, and I decided to add some baking soda to give it a ceramic texture. And the reason that I am using a paint sample is because I love the coverage. The coverage is amazing, and I also like that I get to select unique colors that maybe I wouldn't find at a craft store. So this one is a perfect neutral cream, and by itself it looks absolutely beautiful, and as you can see, it right away started covering up the pink color of the lamp. And I decided to add some more texture by dabbing my paintbrush. As you can see, it added a little bit more texture than just your normal brush strokes. Once that dried, I went in with Eiffel for You by Behr, and again I added some baking soda to give it some texture. And I did a very light coat of this one because I did want the ashen tan color underneath to peek through to give it a distressed look, kind of like it's old and it's been sitting there and the paint has rubbed off. So I did it very lightly, and I also dabbed my paintbrush to give it a little bit more texture, and as you can see, the paint underneath is peeking through and it gives it that distressed look that we're going for. Now this next step is what I feel gave it that vintage look, so I'm using this decorative glaze by Stool in the color Java Brown. I dipped my paintbrush and rubbed off the excess on a paper towel, and then I painted it on, and I also used a paper towel to smooth it out and kind of rub off the excess. And I just love how it looks like dirt has collected into all that texture. It adds another layer and it just makes it look a lot more distressed. And as I was using the product, I realized I could have used dirt and water and kind of watered it down to make it a little bit more runny to create the same look. So if you don't want to go out and buy this decorative glaze, you can definitely use that and get the same look. And I just am so happy with how it turned out. It's exactly what I was trying to go for, and I am in love with it. So this lamp is actually from the 1980s, which I thought was really cool, and as I mentioned, I purchased it on Marketplace and I got it for $35. I knew I would be able to transform it, and I was so surprised when TJ Maxx posted this lamp on their website for $150 because it looks so similar to how mine turned out. So the frame is completely dry and I love how it turned out. It looks very similar to this one. And then the paintings are dry, so I'm going to start putting them into the frames. And then I'm going to show you guys a very exciting piece that I also found on Facebook Marketplace. Are you guys ready to see this Facebook Marketplace find? I'm so excited. This is the piece that I told you guys that I was super excited to share, and here it is. I'm so in love with this piece. You will not believe how much I paid for this piece of furniture. So I had been looking for a new console table for a while, and I saw one on Shay McGee's makeover show on Netflix, and I did so much research to find out where she got it, and then I realized that it was a vintage piece, so I was like, oh, there's no way I will ever find one. And then I tried to look up how much these vintage pieces are, and I will show you guys the pieces that I found and how much they were. They were around $3,000 to $5,000, which just blew my mind because I would never pay that much for a piece of furniture. And although they're very pretty, I was like, no, there's no way I can pay that much. So then I was scrolling through Facebook Marketplace, and I feel like I manifested this find because I saw this console table and I was so surprised that this person was selling it. She did put in the description that she bought it from a vintage shop, and I actually recognized the name of that shop. So I right away made an offer and she wouldn't respond, and I was just so scared that she was going to sell it to someone else. So I messaged her again and she finally responded, and she told me she had 25 other offers. So I did offer a little bit more than what she was asking because I really did want the piece, but she had this console table listed for $125, which is mind-blowing because these are about $3,000 to $5,000. I have been dying to share this piece with you guys, and here it is. I'm super excited to style it, and what's crazy is that it fits perfectly in this space. This space is like 63 inches long, and this table is 63 inches long, which is, it was meant to be. I'm pretty much done with all my DIYs, so all we have left to do is to style and put the frames up. And I also got this really nice runner off of Amazon. I think that's all we have left. So let's get started with styling and decorating this space, and then I will show you guys the final reveal.
Radio up and the blinds pulled down. You love it when
So for this stool, I added 2 books as well as this vase from McGee & Co. And I also added the wild asparagus bush from Hobby Lobby. I'm most likely not going to keep this vase on there because I wouldn't want my daughter to grab it and potentially hurt herself. So I do want to DIY a plastic vase, and hopefully that is a safer option. So like I mentioned, I didn't like the previous lampshade, and instead I got this one from Target. I love the pleated look, and I also ordered these battery operated light bulbs since I don't have an outlet to plug the lamp in, so this is a great option.
catch my breath.
This vase is from Home Goods, and I'll have a similar one linked down below for you guys. I'll make sure to link everything you see in this video down below. And I also added these stems that I got from Amazon that I shared in my haul. They look very realistic, and I just love the different green tones, and I love how they look in my entryway. I love placing my books like this. I did it for fall, and I also did it for Christmas, and I just love how they look. It looks very lived in. And this tray is from Target from I think last year, and I don't know if they have it anymore, but I got this match clothes from Amazon, and then this candle was a gift. On the other side, I placed the frame from Target and then these 2 books, and I topped it off with this candle holder that I got from Hobby Lobby, which is so cute and adds such a vintage touch.
Radio up and the blinds pulled down. You love it when nobody's around.
I also found this runner on Amazon. I wanted to add some warm yet moody tones, and this one was perfect.
Don't make a sound. I'll be damned if I'm leaving without you.
And for underneath my console table, I purchased these ottomans from Target. I love the pattern and the color of these. And lastly, I topped it off with this throw blanket from Amazon that is very similar to one sold on Amber Interiors, and that completed this makeover. Here is the final reveal. So what do you guys think? Let me know down below in the comments your thoughts. I would love to know what you guys think of this little makeover. I love how it turned out. It is exactly what I have been envisioning for a very long time, so it's so nice to see it come to life. And I'm also very proud of myself for doing the accent wall all by myself and for all those Facebook Marketplace finds. I'm just so happy with how it came out, and I hope you guys did too. I hope you guys got a lot of ideas and inspiration from all those DIYs, and hopefully it motivates you to check out Facebook Marketplace to see what you can find and do a little DIY. This is actually barely my second makeover in my home. My first one was my daughter's nursery, so if you haven't checked that out, I will have it linked down below. Stay tuned for more makeovers. I still have so many other rooms that I want to tackle, so make sure you subscribe so that you don't miss out on those videos. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, bye.